What's going on, chess lover? This is Maurice Bishop Chess, and y'all know my slogan, life is a game of chess. If y'all looking at my content for the first time, and you're the one that want to get better in chess, whether it's opening, middle game, or end game, or maybe on my channel because you want to be entertained with the live bullet and blitz games that I play online, or maybe you want to find out not only how to be successful on the chessboard, but also successful in life. If this is you, make sure you hit that notification bell on, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And guys, if you have any questions and any content that you want me to share, make sure you drop that comment below and I will give you the content that you requested. Without further ado, let's actually get right to this video. Alright guys, peace! What's going on, chess lover? This is Maurice Bishop Chess. Y'all know my slogan, life is a game of chess. Alright guys, in this today's video, I'm going to teach you how to be a 2400 player, a strong 2400 player. Y'all probably like, dang, like, I'm not even up to par yet. I'm not even good with my tactics. I don't know about my opening strategies or strategies in itself. I don't know how I'm gonna be the 2400 player, guys. I'm gonna teach y'all how to be a 2400 player. Yes. And guys, if you're watching this content for the first time, make sure you turn on your notification bell on, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Alright guys, moving right along guys. As y'all can see in this video, I played against a 24-23 player. Obviously I'm a 23-40 for 3-minute blitz. I know a lot of y'all watch me play a lot of bullet chess. I'm a 23-01 right now in bullet chess right now. And I just want to, the 3-minute, I just wanted to take a chance to, build my mind, thinking, instead of just playing off of instinct. So I wanted to really use my mind. So that's why I played the 3-minute blitz. So I had an opportunity to play a 2400 player or 24-23. Well, he was more than that, but I deducted him. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's actually get started. All right, guys. My opponent played e4. He played c5. All right, guys. So when you're playing a 2400 player, obviously they're pretty much a strong player, right? They're very strong. The thing is, guys, I don't care if they're 2400, 2500, 29, 3000. I don't care if they're 4000 rating points. You gotta have the mentality that you're going to win at all costs. Like, you need to have the mentality that you're going to fight for your life. Like, if you got family that you're taking care of and everything, you pretty much have the mindset that you're going to do everything you got to do to take care of your family, or do everything you got to do to protect your family. So when you're playing against strong players, you got to have that warrior mindset that you will never give up. You will never feel like you're about to get defeated. Like, you gotta really have that warrior mindset. Like, you're not going to lose at all. And like that's how you become a ruthless chess player. And a lot of times you'll see a lot of people, they'll play and they could be losing a position, but then all of a sudden they come back winning. Why? Because they have that warrior mindset. All right, guys. So I play e4. He plays c5. I play b4. This is the wing gambit. Another thing about playing strong players, guys, like I know a lot of people play a lot of tricks and everything, or gambits and stuff. When you're playing 3-minute against somebody that's strong, you gotta make sure you playing chess, man. Like, you gotta look at a lot of things. C catches b4, a3. He goes d5, and I go e catches d5. All right, so after queen captures d5, I go knight f3. The reason being, guys, I go knight f3 because I need to protect myself from the queen e5 check, whereas he'll check the king and then, or he'll fork the king and a rook, so he'll win a free rook. So that's why I have to go knight f3. So my opponent developed with knight c6. I go a catches b4, knight catches b4, and then I go d4. My opponent goes bishop g4. Now, guys, he actually did have an opportunity to go queen e4 check, whereas if I go king or bishop e2, he does have this knight captures c2. Another thing about this is it might seem like he's getting an edge or whatever, after this queen e4. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, guys. After queen e4, I usually would just go king d2. This may not be like a specific position y'all want to be in, or whatever, things like that. But it does something. So usually I would just go c3. Obviously he got to protect his knight. If he comes here, then you go bishop d3. Um, the pieces is already open and everything, things like that. So it doesn't really matter. And then if you check you just go king c2. Now the bishop is hitting that, and now um I don't know, guys. He could go queen f6 if you want, and then you got rook e1, pinning this pawn. So now you're threatening to go knight captures e5, and then if he take rook captures e5, and you're pretty much pretty good in this position. And the king's still in the center of the board. I mean, it seems I'm telling you, it looks awkward, but White does get a good, strong tactical game in this, you know. But this is stuff that I like anyway. All right, so I just wanted to show y'all that. So yeah, so he doesn't go queen e4. He goes bishop g4. I go c3. I hit the knight up again, guys. He still had this attack queen e4, but like I said, queen e4. I could still go king d2, and then if he decides to castle queen side, I do have bishop a3. And again, this is it looks like it's bad for White. It's really not at all. Even after knight c6, White can just get out of the pin and just go king c1. And even if the bishop take, we go g captures f3, king f4, and then knight d2. So we pretty much develop, and we have opportunity to go rook b1, and then maybe queen b3, hitting the b7 pawn, which will be checkmate. You know, and then also we have a sneaky light square bishop that can also hit on bishop h3, which is also good. And at the same time, we could bring this rook out. The rook got a g file, you know, or we can go rook e1 once his bishop either goes here or goes here. You know, so we're not bad at all. All right. So, guys, so after c3, my opponent goes bishop captures f3, and I decide to go g captures f3. Obviously, you don't want to go queen captures f3 because after he takes, then he has the knight c2 check, and you know he checked me and he's winning his rook. So that's not what we want. All right. So after g captures f3, knight c6, I go knight a3 because I need to develop. I do like this knight b5 post right here, threatening knight c7 square. He goes knight f6. I go knight b5 again, going with my plan. Knight b5 check, hitting the queen and also the rook. Obviously, we want the queen. And my opponent goes queen d7. Now, a typical move would have been maybe rook c8, probably. Maybe rook c8. But the thing is, rook c8 is not really that good of a move because then we just go knight captures a7. If he takes back, we go rook captures a7. And White has the control of the a file. And we are threatening threats like queen a4 check and bishop e5. Is looking pretty bad for black. Just let y'all know that. But okay, so my opponent goes queen d7. I go bishop f4. And the thing is, guys, this is another thing you need to know. When you're playing against a strong player, you want to attack, attack, attack. You know, you want to put as much pressure on your opponent as possible. No mercy. When I was playing this 24 100 player, man, like I came with the attitude like I'm gonna fight for my life regardless, and that's pretty much what my mindset was. So when he went knight d5, I go bishop g3. I wanted to make sure I still had this threat, you know, once I get this knight out the way. My opponent goes a6, which really didn't do anything. My opponent, I mean, I'm sorry, not my opponent. My the computer engine. After the game, I analyzed it. The computer engine wanted me to go bishop c4. I didn't really like this move at all. I chose something else. I just go c4. And the reason why I like c4 because it's the pawn, and the pawn is attacking the knight on d5, and he has to find a way to get out the way. Either way, he either going to lose the rook by taking his knight, and then I go rook captures a8, or you're just going to have to move the knight somewhere else, and then I'm going to still take your rook, or you're just going to have to just go rook c8, and then I'm going to just win your piece. Simple as that. So because of this pressure, my opponent decided, well, because this knight is pretty strong, let me just go knight b6. You can have my rook. And that's pretty much what he did. So I go knight c7 check. He goes king d8. And instead of taking his rook right away, guys, I did another move. I go c5. The reason why I go c5 because if he decides to protect his rook, I can immediately take the knight with the c pawn or c5 capture b6. So now this knight is literally a strong post. It's going to be very hard to get him out of his shell or whatever. It's going to be pretty hard, very hard, guys. And especially when I got this bishop controlling that on knight as well. And then of course the king is going to have a hard time castling because this knight is on c7 square. So it's going to be very hard for him to castle. If I was in this position, I'd probably resign. Literally. So anyway, guys, after c5, my opponent just went knight d5. He figured like, shoot, ain't I gotta get this knight out the way. So I just go knight captures a8. He goes e5 because as you can see, he's kind of cramped right now because this bishop is not developed. This rook is not developed. So I decided to develop on my own by going bishop c4. And then after bishop c4, he decides to go e captures d4. And the reason why he takes the pawn because again he wants to develop his dark square bishop. That's pretty much what he wants to do. And that's pretty much what he does. E captures d4. So I decide to castle kingside. And then he goes bishop captures c5. And then I hit him with a double attack by going queen b3. So as you can see, I'm hitting this knight. And then I'm also, oh, I'm sorry, it's not a double attack, guys. I was thinking of the b pawn, but the queen is defending that. But there is an attack on d5, which is the knight. So and that's pretty much what I'm threatening. And then also that f7 pawn can also be a target as well. So my opponent actually goes knight c3, and I decide to go knight c7. Now y'all probably thinking, I could have took this pawn, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring this knight out to the point where he can't castle. So I mean, yes, I could have went bishop captures f7 to prevent him from castle, but I just figured knight c7 was more of a threat. I'm not really controlling as much squares on a8, but I could control at least some of the squares on c7, especially since I want to control the e8 square because I don't want this rook gaining this e file, which is the reason why I went knight c7. So my opponent goes king c8, and I go bishop captures f7. I go bishop captures f7, guys, because as you can see, I'm threatening bishop e6, pinning his queen. Now, guys, there was an alternative that I could have did, guys. I could have did something else. I could have did knight captures a6. And the whole purpose of knight captures a6, if he takes, then I could go rook captures a6. And then if he goes queen b7, there's a threat bishop b6. Obviously, guys, I didn't see this at all. But after bishop e6, if he takes, queen captures e6 check. And if he goes king d8, I got rook captures c6. And as you can see, this game is pretty much about to be over real quick, especially with the threat of rook c7. And then y'all probably wondering after queen captures e6, y'all probably wondering why not. I'm sorry, he can't even go king b8 anyway because the bishop. All right. So yeah, so he really ain't had nothing to really do after that. But I just wanted to show y'all that I didn't see that move at all. Which is why after bishop captures f7, he goes knight d8 to prevent me from going bishop e6. So I decide to go bishop c4. And again, guys, even with this being said, after this move, I could have still went knight captures a6. Because the whole thing is, if he does take, I have queen b8 checkmate. Another thing is, guys, even if he decides to go knight captures f7, another threat that could have been possible was probably knight c7, and I'm threatening rook a8 checkmate. Which is another thing. But let's see what the engine actually says with this after knight captures f7. Oh, I'm sorry. So after knight captures f7, it will be knight captures c5. I see why, because then we have rook a8 checkmate, which is actually a lot better. My bad. But that's what I'm saying. That move, I didn't see none of that at the time. when we was playing. I didn't see that. So, but I'll tell you exactly what I did see. Um, Obviously, I don't play like an engine, so I didn't see all these moves, but I saw enough moves. So, which is why I just went Bishop C4, guys. After Bishop C4, he goes H5, and then, guys, instead of knight catches A6, I go rook catches A6. The reason why I go rook catches A6 is because if he takes, then I have bishop catches A6 with a check, and then if he comes and take this, then I have queen catches B7 check, and then if he comes here, I do have queen b8 check, and then if he comes here, I could just go rook e1 check, and then yeah, guys, it's not really nothing he could really he can't do too much because then I'm just gonna take his rook and then threat stuff like knight e8. This game is pretty much all over. Simple as that. All right. So after the okay, so where did my guy? So after rook captures a6, because he saw that threat, he goes queen f5. So after queen f5, guys, I go rook a8 check. And then when he goes king d7, I go rook captures d8. He goes king captures d8. I go queen captures d7. He goes h4, and then this is pretty much all over, guys. I go knight e6 check. King e8, and then of course, guys, I hit him with the blow. Knight capture g7, forking his queen. Obviously, guys, he can't go. Yeah, there's nowhere he could really go, so he had to come here. And then knight capture g7 check. King f8, knight catches f5, h catches g3, and then of course the finishing blow, queen f7, checkmate. And this was a strong 2400 player, guys. The first game I played, he actually beat me, and then I played him the second time with a rematch, and then I beat him. So, but the whole purpose, what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, y'all gotta have that I will not lose mentality, that I will not lose attitude. Yes, you probably saying, yeah, Maurice, like, there's a lot of people that have that attitude, that have that confidence. They probably even talk trash, but yet they still lose to stronger rated players. And that is true and everything. But the more you have that attitude and the more you just keep saying like, I would not lose, eventually you will win. And maybe your stronger player may actually blunder his piece or whatever. Who knows or whatever. But you got to play with confidence, and you got to know that you got to know and got to know and got to know that you are the victor. You have the victory. You're going to win regardless. So you just need to fight like a warrior. Fight like have the fight of your life. You know what I mean? Like you're playing to protect your family or whatever. Just have that mindset. And then, of course, guys, train. Also, train, train, train. Constantly look at tactics. Constantly look at puzzles. And you'll be able to see a lot of tactics. More faster and more easier. And the positions that you play, it won't seem so complicated anymore because you'll start doing it over and over again. So practice makes perfect, guys. So just keep doing that. All right. Honestly, guys, I hope this video helps and everything. I hope you actually enjoy this game as much as I did. Definitely, guys, if you like this video, please like, please share, please comment. Let me know what you think. If you got any other questions or any other games that you want to share, definitely comment below. A lot of y'all are on my Lichess.org account, so y'all could definitely message me there, or message me on chess.com, or just email me at lifeisagameofchess32@gmail.com. Y'all can just contact me that way, however y'all want to do it. All right. And also, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All right, guys. Peace.